Hello, Mixed Nutcases. This is Nuke Jess, and we've got an episode for you today that is gonna rock.
Hi, I'm Tech. Are you ready to rock?
Let's turn it up to 11.
I said I'm Tech. Are you ready to rock?
This is a recording. You can't actually hear them.
Oh, I just thought the audience was not too into it. I was going to go again.
We're ready to rock. Let's do this. Okay.
Let's do it.
So we just watched, well, a little bit of a while ago, we watched Spinal Tap 2 and got us thinking about fictional bands that rock our world, from Spinal Tap to Sex Bomb. We're going to talk about our favorite fake bands. Now, you may recall that years ago, I did an episode like this with Paul and Storm. It was a bit of a short episode, and Tech and I wanted to go into it because, one, he wasn't there, and two, there's a lot more fictional bands, and three, just cuz.
There is no three.
There is no three. No need for three. Three, question mark, for profit? Yes. So let's get started. So Tech, did you want to start us off? You said there was something you wanted to talk about first.
Well, I got to talk about some of my favorite fictional bands. I don't know if you want to talk about Spinal Tap. Maybe we'll do that later.
Yeah, let's close up with that.
Sure. So let's start off with probably one of the greatest imaginary bands that's ever existed. I got to talk about the Archies.
Yes.
And the reason why is because their number one hit from 1969, Sugar Sugar, is the only number one hit ever recorded by a fictional band. The band does not exist. It was written by Andy Kim and Jeff Barry, and it was performed by a bunch of studio musicians that are most famous for this song, and produced by the guy that used to produce the Monkees. But the one writer, Jeff Barry. So, Nutty, I'm going to list off the other songs he wrote.
Okay.
Do Wah Diddy, Diddy Dum Diddy Do.
Gotcha.
Da Do Ron Ron.
Nice.
And Then He Kissed Me.
Oh, these are all bangers.
Be my baby.
Be my little baby.
We're going to the chapel of love. And leader of the pack.
Which, has a great cover.
Okay.
By Twisted Sister.
Really?
Yeah, and the everything's...
Did they gender flip it?
Nope.
Even better.
It's awesome. But he's singing as the leader of the pack.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, but it's yeah.
But yeah.
Or no, she's the... I don't know. Anyway, it's awesome. It's awful. It's so awful. It's awesome.
But yeah, so this guy, Jeff Barry, who basically had a license to write number one hits in the 60s, wrote one for the Archie TV show, and it was a number one hit, just like everything else that he's done. But, this could have been, like Sugar Sugar, could have been recorded by any of the bands of the 60s, the Ronettes, he worked with Phil Spector. It could have gone to any of those artists. It didn't. It went to the Monkees producer and a bunch of set musicians and became a song that still endures today. So that's why the Archies are on my list for great fictional bands.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I would be remiss if I did not talk about the fictional band that is going to bring about world peace. And that is Wild Stallions.
Oh, gosh, really?
Well, canonically, it brings about world peace, and it almost didn't if we didn't have our good friend Rufus, and we didn't come back to them a couple of times because they kept going off the rails.
Yeah, so this is from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Yes.
This is specifically, you're talking about the second movie, where don't they have to go back in time to collect a bunch of people to be in their band?
Yes, there's that as well.
Including Death and Joan of Arc.
Yes, but all of them are all part of this. So the first one is if they fail the project, one of them gets sent to military school and then they never form Wild Stallions. The second one is if they don't do the Battle of the Bands, they're not going to be on track for saving the world. And then the last one is, all right, guys, you still haven't done it yet. And basically it's their kids have to fix everything for them.
Right. And get a whole bunch of other artists like Kid Cudi.
Yeah.
And a bunch of other people to show up. Yeah.
I think it's an endearing tale that followed at least me throughout, I grew up with it, and we, as bad as things are, eventually they're gonna get better because Wild Stallions are gonna write that perfect song.
I think my favorite,
still waiting for it.
I think my favorite part of that movie was the actress playing Keanu Reeves' daughter had really done her homework and did a really good job.
She was so good. It was a fun movie. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, so Wild Stallions, how can we not?
So I did forget one thing. when talking about the Archies, I'll be real quick.
Go right ahead.
Talking about the fictional band itself, not just the number one hit that they generated, but this is a comic book that I read all throughout my childhood, and they're just the typical 60s band.
Yep.
You know, annoying rhythm guitarist or annoying bass player, idiot drummer, keyboard and tambourine players that are trying to hook up with the lead singer, you know.
Yeah.
And I have it written in my notes. It goes, I have to mention Josie and the Pussycats here because there's another great fictional band that's in this same franchise.
And they're an even better band. Like, their whole deal is to be a band, whereas the Archies is like a throwaway from the main storyline. But Josie and the Pussycats, I mean, yeah. Plus, they've got, not only do they have great music, but melody.
Melody.
Traffic stopping melody.
The gag here for anyone who hasn't read the comics is that their drummer Melody is very, very, very hot, but also very dumb, and does not realize how hot she is, where she will just be walking around town and people will turn to look at her and cause car accidents or construction site accidents or just walk into a wall because they're distracted by her beauty. So all of her friends are constantly like throwing shower curtains over her or like getting her out of the way to like stop the disasters that follow Melody. It's a wonderful gag.
I'm very tempted to bring up, which I did in the last episode, Dave Lister's band from
Smeg in the Head
from
Red Dwarf.
From Red Dwarf and their hit song
I don't think it was ever a hit. I just think it was their best song.
It was their best song. But I don't think that they're actually good.
I don't like their sound. They were a little too crypto-fascist.
Crypto-fascists.
Stop saying crypto-fascist.
But in reality, I think that the band for me that, again, is going to be a long-lived and enduring band that every generation since their inception knows. And every band member I've ever met can identify with one of their members is Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem.
Are they really a fictional band?
Well, I mean, as much as any of these that we're talking about here.
Right.
You know, they definitely are producing music and all of that.
I love Dr. Teeth. I love this band.
And if you haven't seen the TV show that came out, a year or two ago, I think it's just the Electric Mayhem. It is fantastic because you get a little more into their origin stories and everything else. Learn more about how Animal comes into things and how Floyd and Dr. Teeth became friends.
I do love the story of this band that, you know, they just wrote the character of Zoot, the saxophone player, as kind of a throwaway. And then they kept running into bands saying, oh my God, how did you know so much about sax players? Zoot is just like the sax player in my band.
Yeah. Yeah, they got it dead on.
Yeah, or the fact that every heavy metal and rock drummer.
I have not met a drummer yet that does not identify with Animal.
Yeah, that Animal is like the prototypical rock and metal drummer. And, you know, even from the Muppet Show when he got into his drum battle with Buddy Rich, that he only ended up winning by throwing his bass drum at him.
Exactly.
Or hunting bunnies on the set of the Muppet Show with a bazooka.
They're fantastic. I absolutely love them. They're
attacking the guests, especially if they were pretty.
Yes, exactly. But I mean, first off, they collaborate with everyone, and everybody wants to collaborate with them, right? Like, can you imagine you're a musician? You know you've made it if, one, you've been on The Simpsons, but two, if you end up with Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem, you have definitely made it. And you know, all the different, you know, the band leader has his deal. The fact that Floyd is a lefty and it follows with Paul McCartney and everything.
He's just a big... Well, Floyd Pepper. He's a big Sgt. Pepper, Paul McCartney rip.
Yeah. But, I mean, there's so many little things that just fall into it. I will have a hard time if somebody tells me, oh, that's not a good recommendation. You know what? You can tear down Wild Stallions all you want. Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem, you got nothing.
No, they stay sacred.
You got nothing.
I do believe my favorite gag that they've ever done is Floyd Pepper singing a cover of Paul Simon's
Yes.
50 Ways to Leave Your Lover. And then halfway through, Ralph walks up and goes, isn't it 50 Ways to Love Your Lever? No. Oh. Sorry, Paul! And he walks away.
Exactly.
Oh, God, I love that.
So you've got a band that I bet you would pay cash monies to see in person, even if it meant your own peril.
Oh, my God. Oh, would I ever. I would love to see Death Clock live. So the heavy metal band Death Clock from the cartoon show, from the Adult Swim cartoon show Metalocalypse, is one of the greatest bands of all time. So what they did, the whole premise of this TV show is, what if a heavy metal band actually did the stuff that they talk about in their lyrics? So they're now the 14th biggest economy on the planet after Belgium. They have their own country called Mordland. Fans have to sign waivers when they go to their shows because half the audience dies from the bloodbath that ensues. It is a crazy, bonkers, wackadoo TV show that ends up being unbelievably hilarious. Brandon Small, who created the show, does some of the voices, and also does all the guitar playing, actually toured with the drummer from Strapping Young Lad and a bunch of other guitarists, and did a bunch of college shows of playing the music of the show. Got canceled, I think, before season 5, and they ended with a movie, so we don't quite have the finish to the story, and fans have been asking for the story to be finished, but it is a...
You're not on mic.
It is an absolutely bonkers TV show that ends up being so good, and the band is so good, and the music is great. You remember Guitar Hero? Mm-hmm. One of their songs ended up on Guitar Hero. It was like a bonus track you could get. The song's called Thunder Horse.
Yes,
and
there's music that we would just listen to.
Oh, I have both albums.
I think that makes, if you want to talk about what makes a good fictional band, is there actual music that you can just listen to? Wild Stallions, we really don't. Dr. Teeth, yeah. The Archies, yeah. Metalocalypse, Death Clock, absolutely. So we've got albums that we can actually listen to. So I'm gonna be with you right there. It definitely climbs the top of the list.
Anyway, as a fellow clocketeer, as a huge fan of the show, yeah, thank you for letting me mention this band because they're just so good.
They are.
The music is great. The guitar playing is amazing. The drumming is awesome, and they managed to wrap this really good metal music into a very funny TV show.
And I'm gonna also point out that much like Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem, they have these archetypes. So yeah. It's a metal band, and there are these metal archetypes that you've got, and they're all from like different kind of areas of metal. Like you've got the Scandinavian metal,
right? You've got your two Scandinavian metal guitarists that are in feud because they each think that they're better than the other.
There's Nathan Explosion, who's definitely your goth metal.
Yeah, he's your goth metal growl singer.
Yeah,
but he's also the wholesome American football player. Gets along with his dad, spends time with him. He's just and a raging alcoholic.
And then you've got Pickles, who this is his second career because he was an 80s metal guy in Snakes and Ladders.
Snakes and Barrels.
Snakes and Barrels.
Which is a Guns N' Roses ripoff.
A total Guns N' Roses ripoff. But you can definitely see all of that. You've got your angry bassist that nobody wants to talk to, is just basically an incel, before there was a word for it.
Murder face.
And then, of course, there's Dr. Roxo, which is your glam rock, Eddie Van Halen,
Paul Stanley,
yeah.
Dee Snider.
All rolled up into one very, very, very annoying package. Yes. And
which I'm not allowed to quote on your podcast.
I don't think we should quote that one, but seriously, he does a lot of it.
He does a lot of drugs.
But I think that kind of thing, when there's the character that is very real, that makes it one that we don't have the music to sing along to, and I don't even know the band's name, but there is definitely the character types that are in there is from the movie Airheads, where it's a band that hold a radio station hostage to get their music on the air. And it's the one with Adam Sandler playing the idiot drummer.
Yeah, that can't stop getting girls.
Yeah. And then Brandon Fraser is basically Nathan Explosion. It's the same character.
Yeah.
And there Steve Buscemi and a couple other people are in it. But you know, that idiot drummer syndrome is now become a real thing. But we don't have the music for it, so we can't really. I don't think it's going to make it in the top 5. Yeah, but I mean, one that we have music from, but the characters are not really musician archetypes that I like is the Soggy Bottom Boys from Oh Brother Where Art Thou.
Man, if that song didn't hit number 1, The Man of Constant Sorrow, it got close.
I'm pretty sure it did.
Yeah.
So you've got the other side of things where it's like, okay, that music's really good, but the movie was not about them being musicians, so they're not really they're hitting different archetypes. They're, you know, we're talking Greek mythology set in the Dirt Bowl era.
You know, Joan Baez and Judy Collins recorded versions of this.
Really?
Yeah.
I gotta listen to that.
And it called The Maid of Constant Sorrow. Peter, Paul, and Mary released a version called Sorrow.
I gotta listen to that.
But yeah, the song itself, The Man of Constant Sorrow, the big song from Oh Brother Where Art Thou, is from 1913.
Yes, but it's like that's what made everybody hear it.
But
right?
is it George Clooney actually singing?
I can't remember. I know we looked it up, but man, you kind of want it to, right? We just want him to be able to do it all. I'm guessing no.
The recording used in the film was sang by Dan Tyminski. Dan Tyminski is a bluegrass singer-songwriter musician, former member of Alison Krauss's band Union Station.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
And 4 solo albums.
Good for him. Go Dan Tyminski. All right. Well, again, like I said, we'd want it to be, but I've never seen him sing otherwise. So,
right.
Yeah. What's another band that you just really want to talk about?
I got to talk about one of my favorite bands, the Gorillaz.
Feels good. I'm going to say that
feels good.
Most people are going to sit here and say, wait, but that is a band. It's not fictional.
Right. And then watch a couple of music videos and find that they're an art piece. The Gorillaz itself is a 2-piece. It's musician Damon Albarn, who you might know as the lead singer of the band Blur. You know, Song 2.
Yep.
Woohoo! That band. And artist Jamie Hewlett, who's the guy that draws the comic strip Tank Girl.
Yeah.
So it's Jamie's art style has created this fictional animated band, and all of the videos are produced as if this animated band is real. They're not. They're a cartoon.
Yeah, and then you've got the characters of 2D, Murdoch Nichols, Noodle, and Russell Hobbs.
Yeah, Russ on drums. But they bring in a whole bunch of guest stars. You know, they've gotten like Del the Funky Homo Sapien and a bunch of others to come on and provide lyrics for this. But they are unbelievably good. They're one of the biggest bands in the world, but it's an art project. Like when you see their live shows, I saw a video of one where it's Damon Albarn behind a screen, so you can only see his silhouette of him and his backing band. And then there's monitors above them projecting the cartoon band.
Yeah.
So it's about as real as you're going to get, unless they go, Tupac levels of hologram. But it is really, really good. Yeah. It is very good music. I've enjoyed their stuff since
it came out.
Since 2001, when their first album came out. One of my favorite bands.
They've had 2 number 1s. So I think we're going to be able to say that the Archies had the first number 1s. But again, slightly different kind of vibe going on here.
Probably. I don't know if these other bands that we're talking about that got number 1 hits, like I don't think the Gorillaz, I don't think Clint Eastwood's going to be as big and as lasting as Sugar Sugar. Now, I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But like who knows? Like who would have thought in the early 2000s that, like No Doubt's Don't Speak would be playing at your grocery store 25 years later, right?
Not I. Yeah. Definitely not I. It's hard to know what's going to be the ones that stick around and what's going to be the, in 20 years when we're going back and listening to the best songs are the songs that were played in the 2000s, the 2010s, and the 2020s. What are going to be the songs that come out of that? I mean, is it going to be K-pop Demon Hunter and Four Town, which both are fictional bands?
Who knows? Can't wait to find out.
Yeah. Or is it going to be the I don't know who's popular, Taylor Swift or Olivia Rodrigo? This just, I now feel very old because I'm trying to think about who's popular right now. Yeah, I'm bad at this.
So, I just need to do anyway. Do you have any other bands you want to talk about?
There's one big one that we're going to finish with. That's for sure. I feel like I said in our opening, I quoted Sex Bomb. It's mostly because I really like their band name.
It is a really fun band.
It's a great band name. The drama that's within the band, yeah, that's 100% real. There's so many other fictional bands out there that, do I want to bring them up? It's more along the lines of like, no, I'm not bringing up Steel Dragon because like it was just an analog for another one. I'm not bringing up Citizen Dick because they were jerks in that movie. These are not the ones that I'm going to want to go and see, sort of a thing. One that I will bring up just because they are such a great way of explaining a one-hit wonder, The Wonders, from the movie The Wonders.
I don't know that one.
Ooh, doing that thing you do.
Oh, yeah. Okay, where they do the fake doo-wop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just the Oneaters, everybody kind of got the shtick of the one-hit wonder, and you get the whole 15 minutes of fame. And I just think that that's kind of a neat storytelling device, which is a lot of fun. I will say that a lot of times if I'm watching movies and stuff, I don't care about the bands, except when it's done really, really well, like the ones that we have mentioned here so far and the one we're going to close up with.
I'd like to do an honorable mention for a music producer of fictional bands.
Oh, yes.
So I have to give a big, giant shout-out to Dan the Automator, which is the production name of Dan Nakamura. But Dan the Automator was the producer on the Gorillaz' first album.
Yeah.
He was also the producer on an album called Deltron 3030 by Del the Funky Homo Sapien, where Del did a whole concept album, like a sci-fi thing about being a robot in the year 3030. It's an awesome album from a great artist by a great producer. And there's a whole bunch more that I could talk about.
Mr. Bobolina, Mr. Dan Bobolino.
That's Bob Dobalina.
Bob Dobalina, sorry.
Yes.
Anyway.
That's Del, but that's not Del from Del 3030.
Oh, sorry.
But yes, Mr. Bob Dobalina. But that is speaking of fictional bands, that sample that they use in that song of just a gentleman saying, Mr. Bobolina, Mr. Bob Dobalina, Mr. Dobalina, Mr. Bob Okay, that voice sample is Davy Jones from the Monkees.
Really?
It's no, it's Mickey. It's Mickey Dolenz.
Sorry. Yeah.
That is a track originally recorded by the Monkees. Another fictional band that was then turned into this Bob Dobalina rap about a banker that Del did, years ago.
That's fantastic. As we're talking about this and we're talking about bands that are art pieces, right? And there's mythology around them. Would MF Doom fall into this?
Oh, we got to talk about Doom.
Especially because there's multiple incarnations of him.
Make sure that when you use your notes that you write his name in all caps.
Yes. All caps.
So MF Doom is your rapper's favorite rapper. You may not have ever heard of him. He was known for wearing a Victor Von Doom silver mask almost at all times when he was seen in public. He writes these incredibly rich, incredibly complex rap lyrics that will take you days and weeks to sit there and decipher if you want to, or just enjoy the flow as you listen to his work. The guy is unbelievably talented. He left us way too soon. He left us a few years ago.
Yeah.
Peace be unto him. But he was when he was on stage with the Von Doom mask, with the Doom mask, he was a villain.
Yeah.
So he would do things like book 3 shows in the same city and have 2 impersonators do 2 of the shows, and he'd do a third. So you rolled the dice. And there's a lot of fans that got upset. It's like, well, I didn't pay good money to go and watch somebody that's not Doom. It's like, yeah, but he's a villain.
Yeah.
He's the bad guy. This is exactly what a bad guy would do.
Yeah.
So I think you got exactly what you paid for. You got bamboozled.
Yeah. So in addition to being known as MF Doom or Metal Face Doom, the supervillain, there's also Victor Vaughn. There's Zev Lux X, King Ghidorah.
King Ghidorah.
Danger Doom, Unicron, Ma Doom, Doom Starks, JJ Doom, Nahura Doom, and a bunch of other things. But
and every one of these personas has a different sound and a different type of lyric that they do.
Yeah.
And a different message.
Don't forget Danger Doom. Doom and Danger Mouse.
Yes.
Yeah. Mad Villain. I mean, they all have their own sound. They actually had beef tracks against each other.
Yeah.
Like, that's the beauty of how deep this goes, is there were beef tracks between the different personas.
If you're one, I really hate the idea of instigating rap beef, but if you're instigating it against what is essentially yourself, like, go ahead, man. That's, like I said, that's supervillain stuff. That's why we love Doom.
Exactly. Like, this is what I'm here for. There is something about this in where you're more than just we're a fake band or we're a band. You're now creating art. That this is the kind of performance art I'm here for, in the sense that, and I'm going to take it away from music for a minute, but Banksy creates graffiti art, but the real art behind Banksy is not the actual paintings. It's the stuff around it, like the painting that he did, and it was for auction, and the moment the auction was over, it gets shredded.
Right.
Or the most recent one where everybody's saying his art piece is not the actual piece. It was the sandblasting, the erasure being done. He planned it in a way that the silhouette of it being erased would be more impactful.
Right, but he also did it on the front of a courthouse, so he
knew it was going to.
One of the phrases that I've been stuck with, that I've been stuck on for the last little while, is that art is not the what, art is the how or the why.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you do, it's how or why you do it that's important. So spraying a bunch of ink on a canvas to make it look like a Jackson Pollock, not art. Jackson Pollock having a very set idea in his mind of what he was going to do before he started, and then doing a very precise series of motions to make those spatters. Argue with me all you want. That's art. It's not the what, it's the how or the why.
Yeah.
So,
and when you're in front of two pieces like that, you feel a difference.
Yeah. And then, Banksy, to get completely derailed, like Banksy, his art is like the style of stencil graffiti that he does is, let's call it an homage.
Yes.
To a French graffiti artist called Black Le Rat.
Yeah.
Black the Rat. But so the art itself is not that groundbreaking. It's not. It's nothing new. It's stuff that's existed since the 80s. You can find Black's work everywhere. It's the how. It's the why. It's why is he doing it? Why did he do that piece on the courthouse? Why did he paint all of those rats in the subways during COVID? Why did he shred his painting? Why did he give them away for $5 in Central Park and completely anger all of his hardcore fans and collectors? Because, well, had I known, I would have been down there and I would have bought all of them. Yes, and that's exactly why they didn't tell you.
Yeah. And the idea of constantly trying to upset the art world, this idea of, I don't like that you're commodifying art, so I'm going to disrupt it. I'm going to change what you think has value.
Yeah, these are $1 million paintings that I'm going to sell in Central Park for $5. Ha ha!
Ha.
Take that, nerds.
And in that sense, that's where I see MF Doom's work. That's where I see the Gorillas, like you were saying, Dell. It's more than just the output.
Yeah, because it's the how and the why.
Yeah.
It's the art. It's the artist's sentiment behind it, and you can really tell when that shines through. But in other cases, you can't, like the Archies.
Yeah.
That was just pop music as a commodity that ended up being one of the biggest songs of all time, written by a guy that wrote all of the other biggest songs of all time, you know?
Exactly.
But and at this point, it was just, it could have been a stick of bubble gum. You know, just chew this. It tastes like grape. You'll like it. It's pop music.
Exactly. Yeah. So is there, the one that I'm going to mention is mostly because people are probably yelling at their MP3 players right now because we haven't mentioned them. Yes, we know the Blues Brothers are a thing. I'm just not that interested.
I just don't get it.
I vaguely remember watching it. I just don't care.
Other than, you know, setting the record for the biggest car crash in a movie and then breaking that record for the biggest car crash in a movie in the sequel because, of course, they had to. Oh, man, so many vintage cop cars destroyed for making these movies. Other than that, I know very little about it. I am completely uninterested.
Yeah.
But well, I guess we got to talk about why we're here.
Yeah.
What brought us here, Nutty?
Spinal Tap. The Tap. Apparently, we call them the Tap. So this is Spinal Tap is I feel like it's like the first mockumentary in the sense that it's the first one that took hold. I don't think it was popular in theaters, but it became a cult classic where and the troupe that put it together just ended up doing a whole bunch of other things as well. It's Rob Reiner, Harry Shearer, what's his name? The Knight.
Christopher
Guest. Thank you.
Guest.
And Michael McKean. I was totally just stuck on that.
He's not a knight. He's a lord.
Oh, sorry, Lord. My bad.
That is the Lord Guest.
Yeah. Well, is it the Lord Guest or is it the Lord Hayden Guest? That's it.
The Lord Hayden, the fifth.
Yes.
I think.
Baron. Fifth Baron Hayden Guest. There
Baron
you go.
Hayden Guest, but he is in the House of Lords, or was until they removed the life peerages from the sitting house.
You know him as the Six-Fingered Man.
You know him as the Six-Fingered Man from The Princess Bride.
Yes.
But Spinal Tap is a 1984, I think, documentary about a band that doesn't exist. It's a very funny movie as you follow this band as they go through all kinds of trials and tribulations to put on a show. I think they go through like 11 drummers or something.
Yeah.
But the point, what makes the movie so good and so popular is that if you know anything about music or know or if you ever met anyone in a band, this is them. Like, I think it was Danzig that was quoted in a thing of talking about his ex band, the Misfits. It's like, how did you know my band so well to make these caricatures? Well, of course, they're not caricatures of the Misfits or of any one band. It's just all the archetypes and tropes put together. You know, the two quick gags from the movie is that they have an amp that goes to 11 because 11's bigger than 10. It's like, well, why don't you just make 10 louder? Well, no, but ours go to 11.
Exactly.
And that makes perfect sense to him.
Yeah.
Right? And the other one is they need one of the big stones from Stonehenge to drop down from the rafters during their big final performance. And, well, he drew the blueprint on a napkin and gave it to the builders, but there was an error of scale. So it's 18 inches tall, not 18 feet tall. So they've got this tiny little stone that drops down to the stage. And when they realized their mistake, well, it's like, we were supposed to have these uniformed druids that were going to dance around it. What do we do now? So they get little people dressed up as druids to dance around it, and it is very funny.
Yeah. The thing about the drummers, I was good friends with a band, and they had a drummer, and then their drummer, left. But they had a drummer for a long, long time. And then it was after that, keeping a drummer. We kept making these Spinal Tap jokes because not that they were dying, but that it was definitely oh man, we're like Spinal Tap. We can't keep a drummer. Apparently, even before the movie, it was Spinal Tap first appeared in a sketch comedy special called The TV Show. It was supposed to be a spoof of the Midnight Special. But these characters have been like here and there all throughout, guest starring on Laverne and Shirley as members of Lenny and the Squigtones, which I just think is hysterical, and I need to find that one. But showing up on Saturday Night Live and things like that. So I love that there's so much of this. It's a mockumentary, but there is a lot more in the real world. For instance, they have put out albums and done appearances. The mockumentary, though, is so much improv. Like, there's not really a script. They're just kind of going for it. And after that, they've had other successes like A Mighty Wind and Best in Show. And, you know, that's a style of things.
But the fact that Harry Shearer, who is one of the members of Spinal Tap, then got onto a little cartoon show called The Simpsons.
Oh, yes, a little cartoon show.
Where they decided to just, let's do the whole thing. Let's do Spinal Tap comes to Springfield. And there is a very, very funny episode where Bart Simpson's first rock and roll concert is the Tap.
Yeah.
And, you know, that devil is supposed to look large and scary, but someone did not get a proper sized air pump. We hail ye, O half-inflated Dark Lord.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, God, it's such a good episode.
Yeah, that was really great. So they put out regular albums too. Break Like the Wind is one of their albums that they put out. All of their albums are just named horrifically.
Oh, let's not forget that the whole point of the first movie is them releasing the most offensive album they could possibly come up with.
You Smell the Glove.
Smell the Glove, which is a joke on the Scorpions album called Virgin Killer.
Which is just terrible.
Which is also incredibly offensive.
Yeah.
And then the second movie comes out, 25, 30, 40 years later, and it's very good. I'm not going to spoil anything. I don't want to really talk about the second one.
It's great. It's a great love letter.
It's a great love letter. I had a fantastic time with it. It was super duper fun. The only thing I will say is it turns up to 11 gag.
Yeah.
Has been replaced in this movie by his pedal board.
Oh my gosh, which is such a...
Every guitar nerd, you will see every guitar nerd in this movie when they explain, what does that one do? Well, it makes this annoying sound. Wow, that's annoying. Do you use that in your music? No. But you need it on your pedal board? Yes. That's every guitarist I've ever met.
Yeah. And every guitarist needs the wah-wah board and all of that. Yeah. Right before we started recording this, I got a new mixer. So if we sound a little different, and Tech got a new mic. So if we sound a little different, that'll be why. But right before getting set up, after 2 hours of me not being able to figure out which buttons to push to make everything work properly, once that's all set up, I now have FX on my thing. And so, of course, I'm playing with all the different effects and playing around, turning them on for me and for Tech, and just being absolutely stupid about it. Am I ever going to use these? No. Maybe just now. What do you think, Tech?
I don't think we're ever going to use these effects more than we are now. This sounds like the voice you'd use when you're sending ransom notes.
Exactly. But the fact that I can just randomly turn them on and off, it's cool, right? I don't need it. It just happened to come with the board. So, of course, I played with it like a child.
Yeah. And why not? It's our party.
Yeah.
We'll do what we want. I do what I want.
I do what I want. But the new movie, fantastic. There were 5 people in the theater, including us. There were 2 people up at the front, us in the middle, and one guy in the back with all of his death metal band shirts on. We were all laughing so hard. Tech and I were probably the youngest people in the theater. And I'm happy that we saw this in theater. I've made many bones about not going to see things in the theater that you need that full theater experience. But when we saw that it was playing, we were like, we got to support it in the theater. Like, come on, it's Spinal Tap. And after that, I've talked to a few people. Apparently, not everybody's seen This Is Spinal Tap or all the other things that they've shown up on because they keep coming back. They have 4 albums. This Is Spinal Tap, which went with the movie. Break Like the Wind, as I mentioned before. Back from the Dead, which came out in 2009. And The End Continues, which is going along with the recent movie. And then let's not forget all the singles they've released in between, which I'm not going to list off. Like, this is a fictional band that has just gone on and on and on. I can't think that there's anyone better.
Guys, let me hit you with a phrase that has dogged you your entire career. Washed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were really big in Bulgaria. And what's that other country? What, Hungary? Yeah, that's the one. Whatever.
Whatever. I love how many big musician celebrities and like even
you can't spoil the cameos. But
I'm just saying throughout their career, like throughout, they've shown up at Wembley Stadium. They've been on Saturday Night Live. They've been on all the talk shows. They've done things with the Beastie Boys, and I can say that because it's not in the movie because Adam Yauch has passed away. But they did a whole thing with MCA. There's all of these different things that they've done, and it just keeps coming back and back and back. So you may, if you haven't heard of them, you might have, seen a video from them at the Royal Albert Hall and thought they were a real band. And that is what makes a fictional band so good, in my opinion.
Yeah, when they can blur that line.
Yes, and become part of the genre.
So are we going to start a fictional band? Nutty and the Bites?
Nutty, that's a good name for one, though. Nutty and the Bites. I like it. What are we thinking?
Your first album will include a cover of the song?
Yes, absolutely. I'm also thinking like maybe we're just a cover band that just covers other fictional bands.
That covers other cover bands.
That too. But like we're only going to do the ones that these fictional bands have done, which may have been covers like the Man of Constant Sorrow.
That's okay. Need to do an accordion cover of Thunder Horse.
Yes. Okay, who plays accordion?
Okay,
wait. Neither of us play an instrument.
Yeah, not anymore.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, just get your violin out.
I haven't played the violin in like 30 years.
Your mom would be so happy.
Sorry, Mom.
But yeah, I'm thinking like, at first I was thinking, oh yeah, we'll be like a punk band, Nutty and the Bites. No. I like this idea of we're a cover band that covers fake bands and only do theirs.
We cover Weird Al.
Oh gosh. I think the stage antics is going to be just Rory running around and eating everything.
Always good.
Until he eats our cables and then the music just ends.
That's how the show ends. He chomps on one of the light cables. The lights go dark. We just leave the stage. Exactly. Every show ends in a blaze. And just, sorry, dragon ate the cables again. Sorry, the fire's going. Please leave through the fire exits. All right. Bye. I don't think Nutty and the Bites would be a great band, but I do like the idea of it just being a fictional band. If you were to fictionally play an instrument, which role would you have? Oh, I'd be the bass player.
You'd be the bass player?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Come on. I gotta play bass.
I want to be the drummer. One, because it's exactly wrong because I have no rhythm whatsoever.
None whatsoever.
But when I was a kid, and it was time to learn instruments and stuff, I came home with the papers and I said to my mom, oh, they want to know what instrument I want to play. And my mom says, oh, you don't need to learn an instrument. You've got enough on your plate. And I said, oh, I really wanted to learn to play the drums. And she goes, no, you're really not learning to play an instrument. But yeah, no, I think that, I think it would be fun. Well, who else would be in our band?
Rory on backup vocals.
All right. Can Rory just be lead vocals?
Roller.
Look, he got a 98% on Rock Band.
He did at that one New Year's Eve party. That was really fun.
He just screamed roar into the microphone.
Yeah, 10 9-inch nails, the hand that feeds.
Apt. Totally apt. All right, so Rory's our lead growler. Got it. Who's our guitarist?
I don't know.
Jason, you play guitar? You're gonna.
No, he played tuba in the marching band. Could we have a tuba player?
Yeah, of course we can. We're a fictional band. We can have whatever we want.
Only if he does all that.
Oh yeah, the marching band stuff.
The flashing of the tuba.
All right, so if
stage.
it's totally fictional, we're gonna make Vox be the accordion player.
Ah,
we still need a guitarist.
What does Jen do?
I don't know. Jen can play guitar.
Jen's the lead vocals.
I thought Rory was the lead. Oh, he's the lead growler. Okay.
Yeah, 'cause the funny thing is that it's hard to get Jen to talk, so it's even funnier to have her sing on stage.
I think that's hysterical. She'll be the Stevie Nicks of our group.
Perfect.
And then I'm going to pull Melissa the Bathtub Mermaid on just because I know getting another instrument. We're going to have a cello for some reason.
Sure.
Just cause.
Why not?
And just if you play an instrument, let us know, and we'll just add you to this fictional band that doesn't exist. Because I'm playing drums because I have no rhythm, and Tech's playing bass because he's got no bass. I don't know.
Bass is cool.
Because bass is cool. Yeah.
There you go.
And Jen is the lead singer because she's so quiet. I love it. I love it. Let's do it. Nutty and the Bites on tour 2030. Giving us enough lead time here.
All right. And with that, I'd like to end with good night, Springton. There will be no encore.
That's a perfect way to finish it. We want to thank our patrons who are helping us keep things going, reminding us to do episodes, and helping us generate funds for some lovely donations like to CARE and to other charitable organizations. So we're going to start with thanking our Big Daddies. This is the Big Daddy, Big Mama tier, but currently we only got Big Daddies. Thank you to Jax. Welcome back, Jax. Thank you to Jason and to Rich the TT. Next, we have our patrons of the arts. Thank you to the Encaffeinated One. Thank you to Susanna, Mark Cabot, Hugh, Kaylin. Thank you, everyone. And then let's thank all of our other patrons, the lifeblood, keeping the lights on, keeping things going. Thank you to Shane, Selganor, Mike, Kinsey, Ken, Ian, Harold, Melissa, The Radical Geek, Grig, Zachman, Will, Cliff, and Nix. And I'm not sure what the order this is, but they came up with its own order. So I did not create this order. I just went by patron groups and let Patreon choose that order. So if you got an issue with how you're listed, take it up with them. But thank you, everyone. And either before or after this episode, you will hear how we are spending our next quarters. We're a little behind, but you'll hear what's going on. Thanks so much. Bye.
Nutty Bites is produced by Nimlas Studios under a Creative Commons Attribution No Commercial Non-Derivatives 3.0 International License. That means you can't change it without my permission. You can share it and send it to your friends. Just link back to me, my site, and everything. We live at nimlas.org, which has links to everything social media, including facebook.com/group/nuttybites and patreon.com/nukejoss, or call 347-NUTTY42.